Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Carol here, and I have another story for you. Today's story is called A Visitor for Bear. And it's written by Bonnie Becker and illustrated by Katie McDonald Denton. A Visitor for Bear. No one ever came to Bear's house. It had always been that way, and Bear was quite sure that he did not like visitors. He even had a sign. See, the sign on the door says, "No visitors allowed." One morning, Bear heard a tap, tap, tapping on his front door. When he opened his door, there was a mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. No visitors allowed," Bear said, pointing to the sign. "Go away." He closed the door and went back to the business of making his breakfast. He set out 1 cup and 1 spoon. And when he opened the cupboard to get 1 bowl, there was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. See the mouse in that little bowl in the cupboard? "I told you to leave," cried Bear. "Well, perhaps we could have just a spot of tea," said the mouse. "Out!" commanded Bear. "Oh, most sorry," said the mouse. "I'll be going now." Bear showed him to the door and shut it firmly. Then he went back to the business of making his breakfast. But when he opened the bread drawer for 1 slice of bread, there was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed, holding the loaf of bread. "Unbelievable," rumbled Bear. "Away with you, vamoose!" "I do like a bit of cheese," said the mouse. Bear pointed a rigid claw towards the door. "Yes, then. Here I go," said the mouse. "Farewell." And the mouse whisked out the door. This time Bear shut the door very firmly and locked it tight. He locked the windows too, for good measure. Then, once again, he went back to the business of making his breakfast. But when he opened the fridge to get 1 egg, what do you think? Surely not. There was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed, of course. "Be gone!" roared Bear. See the mouse in the little egg carton there. "A crackling fire?" ventured the mouse. "This is impossible, intolerable, insufferable!" cried Bear, shaking with anger and disbelief. "Oh, well, terribly sorry, murmured the mouse. Now you see me, now you don't. I am gone. And the mouse looked very sorry indeed while he waited for Bear to unbolt the door and let him out again. Oh, he looks really sorry. This time, before Bear went back to the business of making his breakfast, Bear shut the door very, very, very firmly, locked it, boarded the window shut, stopped up the chimney, and even plugged the drain in the bathtub. He did not want that mouse to come back in his house. Carefully, Bear set about the business of making his breakfast. He opened the cupboard. No mouse. He opened the bread drawer. Nothing. Whew. He opened the fridge. Mouse free. Yes, indeed. He lifted the lid to the tea kettle. And there was the mouse. Small and gray and, well, you know the rest. Bear fell to the floor and wept. I give up, he blubbered. You win. I am undone. Oh, so sorry, said the mouse. But perhaps I could just have a bit of cheese and a cup of tea. And do you think we could unstopper the chimney and have a nice fire? Bear blew his nose with a loud honk. But then you must go, he sniffled. No visitors allowed. Oh, well, you have my word, said the mouse. Bear has given up. Bear unshuttered and unboarded the windows, unlocked the door, unstoppered the chimney, and unplugged the drain. He bought out 2 plates of cheese, 2 teacups, and he made a crackling fire in the fireplace for 2 sets of toes. The mouse warmed his feet and nibbled and sipped, and Bear did too. They sat for a long while. The clock in Bear's house ticked loudly. Bear cleared his throat. The mouse looked most attentive. No one had ever been most attentive to Bear. The fire is nice, Bear announced. Oh, lovely, said the mouse. No one had ever said that Bear's fires were lovely. I can do a headstand, said Bear. Very impressive, exclaimed the mouse. Bear told a joke. The mouse laughed heartily. No one had ever laughed at Bear's jokes before. Bear began to think of another joke. The mouse set down his teacup. Bear quickly lifted the teapot. Oh, there's plenty more. "Oh, so sorry," said the mouse. "Most kind, but I must be on my way."
Well, really? I mean, you needn't go.
"Oh, I am off," said the mouse, springing up from his chair.
Wait,
said Bear. But the mouse stepped out the door. "Toodaloo," said the mouse. Bear seems a little different now, doesn't it?
oh, don't go!
Wailed Bear, throwing his body across the path. But I gave you my word, said the mouse, pointing at the no visitors sign.
Oh, that!
cried Bear, pulling down the sign and tearing it up.
That's for salesmen, not for friends.
Not for friends? asked the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. Bear nodded. The mouse's bright eyes glowed even brighter, and Bear smiled.
Do you like one lump or two? Said Bear most politely.
I like two, said the mouse. And Bear agreed. I just love this story. It shows how someone can change. Bear was such a grouchy old bear and had a no visitor sign on his door and did everything he could to get that mouse to leave until he gave up and then spent some time with the mouse and realized that it was really nice to have someone to share a breakfast with or a cup of tea with, and he quite enjoyed the attention that Mouse was paying to him. Eventually, he begged Mouse to come back and called that mouse his friend. I hope you have a special friend that you can spend time with. Some people think it's fun to be alone and don't want anyone around, but they soon learn that if they give someone a chance, they might find that they like having a friend. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story, and I will see you next time on Storytime with Miss Carol. Bye.